Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Now we are going to learn about law of radioactive decay. What is the meaning of radioactive decay here? Decay is nothing but the number of atoms is going to be disintegrate after a time period of t. The disintegrate is nothing but initially 100% of the samples are present. 100% of the sample is nothing but total number of atoms present in this sample is equal to 100%. After a time period of t, it is able to disintegrate, it is able to decay while giving time period. So, while consider a sample, the sample possessed the bulk material of radioactive sample contains vast number of radioactive nuclei. Vast is nothing but large number of atoms present in the radioactive sample. It is able to decay after a time period of t, so that it is able to decay over a time period of t. It is able to process in a random manner. What is the meaning of this means? When we are considering a sample, the sample is going to be disintegrated while giving the time period. Suppose while called as a statement, the statement is nothing but here at any instant. What is the meaning of at any? Whatever it may be, wherever will go is giving some time period means the number of decays per unit time is called rate of decay. Rate is nothing but dN by dt. While called as the statement of the radioactive decay means while giving the time period t, the number of atoms is going to be decreases. We conclude that the concept, whenever the places, whenever the situation, the time period is giving here, the number of atoms is going to be decreases continuously. Then move to the major concept of the radioactive decay. Look here, the rate of decay is proportional to the number of nuclei. This is the exact statement regards with the radioactive disintegration concept. What is the meaning of rate of decay? Already I am told rate of decay is nothing but we are going to be give some amount of time period, then the number of atoms is going to be decreases. So that we conclude that the concept, when giving the time period to this sample, the number of atoms present in the sample is going to be decreases. So, total number of atoms present in the sample is going to be decreases continuously. Here, the rate of decay is proportional to the number of nuclei. For a long period of time, we are giving time period to the sample continuously. So, what will happen? While giving the time period continuously means the number of atoms present in the sample is going to be decreases. Whatever it may be, initially 100% is present here. After a time period of, the number of atoms is going to be decreases continuously. This is the concept of the radioactive decay. So, radioactive decay process while taking like dn by dt is nothing but rate of decay. N is nothing but number of atoms after a time period of t. After a time period is nothing but continuously we are giving time period. So while giving the time period continuously means the number of atoms present in the sample is decreases. That is the meaning for the dn by dt is directly proportional to n. Here the directly proportional, already we know the meaning for directly proportional means both the quantity must increase or both the quantity must decrease. Or we can call one of the quantity is increases, correspondingly another quantity also increases. When one of the quantity is decreases means another quantity also decreases. Here we are giving the time period continuously no, so that the number of atoms definitely decreases, because while giving the time period continuously the number of atoms must decrease only. Here the dn by dt is nothing but rate of decay. N is nothing but number of atoms present after a time period of t. So both are called as the directly proportional to each other. From this relation also we can call the statement. What is the statement? The rate of decay is proportional to the number of nuclei. So dn by dt is directly proportional to n we have to call by introducing a constant of proportionality, because we have to remove the proportionality symbol. While removing the proportionality symbol we have to use a constant. That constant is called as lambda here. So from the above equation we can write dn by dt is equal to minus lambda into n. Here dn by dt is nothing but rate of decay, minus is nothing but the number of atoms decreases with increasing of time, and n is nothing but after a time period of t the total number of atoms present in the sample. So the before equation becomes dn by dt is equal to minus lambda into n. Here lambda is called the decay constant, or we can call constant of proportionality. dn by dt is nothing but rate of decay. Capital N is nothing but number of atoms after a time period of t. Here the negative sign indicates that it is the very important thing. While using the negative sign in this equation, this negative sign indicates that the number of atoms decreases with increasing of time. I am writing just with time only, but the n is decreases with increasing of time. So wherever will go, whatever it may be, when the time period giving to the sample, the number of atoms in the sample is going to be decreases. That is the major concept about the radioactive disintegration. Here dn is equal to minus lambda into n into dt. How it becomes? Consider the before equation. In the left hand side dn by dt is there, and the right hand side lambda into n is there. In this equation, what is the term present in the denominator? While transferred to the right hand side it becomes the numerator. So we can call dn is equal to minus lambda into n into dt. Here dn is the number of atoms after a time period of t, and minus lambda is the negative sign. I am already told the negative sign indicates that the number of atoms decreases with increasing of time, and n is the number of atoms after a time period. dt is the, we are giving the time period like this interval only. Okay. Then we have to integrating the before equation. This equation is able to integration. So while integrating, on integrating, the before equation becomes like this. For our sake of convenience, we have to write the before steps like what are the term present in the right hand side. Capital N is present in the right hand side only. While shifted to the left hand side, it becomes as the denominator, because in the right hand side it is present in the numerator only. While writing like this means dn by n is in the left hand side. And what are the term present in the right hand side? The remaining term minus lambda into dt. On integrating dn by dt, it is the regarding with the concept of the mathematics while applying the logarithmic values, while taking the integration about the logarithmic means, we have to call dn by n become as ln n. What is the meaning? Ln n. So while dn by dt is integrate means it become as ln n. And the limits are here lower limit is n naught, upper limit is n. Why we are applying the lower limit is n naught? Because initially the time period t is equal to 0. While giving, look here in the right hand side, t is the function. So while integrating with respect to the time period, we have to apply the limits in terms of the time. In the left hand side, we are discuss about the number of atoms. So we have to call n naught is the number of atoms initially, n is the number of atoms finally. Finally is nothing but after a time period of t. So we conclude that the concept n naught is the lower limit, n is the upper limit. Here in the right hand side, 0 is the lower limit, t is the upper limit. While integrating, dn by dt become as ln n. And in the right hand side, lambda is the proportionality constant or the decay constant or disintegration constant. We have to keep it as it is, the lambda. And while integrating dt, it becomes as t. While substituting the limits about both the values, we have to make the square bracket like this. N naught is the lower limit, n is the upper limit. And in the right hand side, 0 is the lower limit, t is the upper limit. While substituting the limits in this equation, it becomes like this. What is that? We have to apply ln n minus ln n naught. Because instead of n, we have to replace by n. Instead of n, we have to replace by n naught. Here the formula is present, upper limit minus of lower limit. What we have to call? First we have to apply the upper limit. What is the upper limit here? N is the upper limit. What is the lower limit? N naught is the lower limit. So ln n minus ln n naught is equal to minus lambda. Here the time period t is replaced by t, minus of t is replaced by 0. While substituting like this, t is replaced by t, then we have to call t minus of lower limit, t is replaced by 0, it becomes as 0. While read as ln n minus ln n naught is equal to minus lambda into t minus 0. While simplifying this step, it is in the form of ln a minus ln b. Already we know the formula, ln a minus ln b is equal to ln of a by b. So in that purpose, we have to write like this, ln of n by n naught. It is equivalent to minus lambda into t, because lambda into t becomes as lambda t. Lambda into 0 is nothing but 0. So ln of n by n naught is equal to minus lambda into t. In this case, we have to take exponential on both sides. While taking the exponential, the ln term will be neglected, and what are the term present in the right hand side, it is shifted to the e to the power of that value. So while writing, ln getting cancelled, so from the before equation, n by n naught is equal to e to the power of minus lambda t. So for our convenience, we are considering the format like this. For example, while taking the exponential for the above steps, e to the power of ln x equal to e to the power of y. While getting the ln term means we can call x equal to e to the power of y, because the exponential and the ln getting cancel. Like this only we are writing like this. So n by n naught is equal to e to the power of minus lambda t. Here capital N is the number of atoms after a time period of t, and n naught is the number of atoms initially. I am writing here capital N is nothing but number of atoms after time period t, and capital N naught is nothing but number of atoms initially. So while writing the before equation like this, the n naught is shifted to the right hand side, means it becomes n is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda t. So we conclude that the concept, while during the radioactive law of disintegration, it becomes n is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda t. What are the letters present in this expression? The expansion or the abbreviations are represented before the term itself. So while using this equation, we have to draw a graph. Why we are drawing graph between the time period and the number of atoms means, while giving the time period continuously, what will happen? The number of atoms present in the sample. Here I am already told, when the time period t is giving continuously, the number of atoms is going to be decreases continuously. So look here, the graphical representation about the n is equal to n naught e to the power minus lambda t. While using this equation only, we are going to draw a graph. A graph is plotted between the time period t and the number of atoms. The time period t is taking along the x-axis and the number of atoms is taking along the y-axis. Here the half-life period is present. In future I am telling about the concept of the half-life period. While giving the every half-life period, what will happen? The number of atoms present in the given sample. For example, initially 100% of the atoms present in the sample. Suppose while disintegrating, undergoes disintegration, undergoes decay concept, what will happen? The number of atoms present in the sample means initially 50% of the atoms is able to decreases while increasing of the time period. Look here, along the x-axis I am writing first t off. So here 1 t off is nothing but first half-life period, and 2 t off is nothing but second half-life period, and third t off is nothing but third half-life period, like this fourth and fifth and so on. Along the y-axis it becomes n naught become as n naught by 2. How is it possible? While giving the first t off, that means half-life period is given by one time, means the total number of atoms is reduced by exactly half of its value. That's why n naught become as n naught by 2. So totally how much amount of the atoms present in the given sample initially, it is exactly divided by 2, become as n naught by 2. And while applying the second time period, what are the atoms present? If after first t off, it become exactly half of its this value. So n naught by 2 become as n naught by 4. While giving the third time period, n naught by 4 become as n naught by 8. And fourth t off, it become as n naught by 16. And fifth t off, it become as n naught by 32. Like this, the number of atoms is goes on decreasing while increasing of time period. While giving the time period, while giving the half-life period of this situation, the number of atoms decreases continuously. So the graph shows as when the time period is increases, the number of atoms decreases. So from this graphical representation, we can conclude that about the activity concept. What is the meaning of activity? Activity is nothing but the number of nuclei decayed per second. What is the meaning of this? Number of nuclei decayed per second means in each and every second the total number of atoms present in the sample is going to be decreases. I am already told about the graphical representation. R is equal to dN by dt. R is nothing but activity. dN by dt is nothing but rate of decay. From this relation we can call R is equal to lambda into N, and therefore R naught is equal to lambda into R naught. We can write here R is the activity, R naught is the also activity. R is the after a time period of t only we can get the activity like this. R is equal to lambda into N, and R naught is nothing but lambda into N naught. Here I am already told N is the number of atoms after a time period of t. N naught is the number of atoms after a time period of t equal to 0. Here N decreases, R also decreases. How is it possible? From this relation we conclude that the concept R and N are directly proportional to each other. So wherever we will go, the number of atoms decreases, correspondingly activity also decreases. That's why I am told N decreases, R also decreases. From the above graph we conclude that the number of the atoms decreases while giving the time period continuously. Suppose while present in the number the 100% is present means it becomes as 1, and 50% is present means we can call 1 by 2 while giving the fractional value. So continuously 100%, 50%, 25% and 12.5, 6.25, 3.125, like that the number of atoms decreases. While applying the fractional value means 1 become as 1 by 2, 1 by 2 become as 1 by 4, 1 by 4 become as 1 by 8, 1 by 8 become as 1 by 16, 1 by 16 become as 1 by 32. What are these things means? Wherever we will go, the number of atoms decreases with increasing of time period. Next, we have to move the concept of the half-life period. I am already discussed half-life period concept. What is the meaning for half-life period here? The number of atoms reduced to 1/2 of its initial amount. Yes, of course. Total number of atoms present initially, it is able to decreases each and every half-life period. Look here, we are considering the time period t is equal to t off. So the time period t become as t off, and the number of atoms n become as n naught by 2. Why we are giving n become as n naught by 2? Because first half-life period the number of atoms reduces exactly 1/2 of its initial value. That's why we have to apply the values t is equal to t off and n is equal to n naught by 2. And substitute these two values in the above equation. What is the above equation? N is equal to n naught e to the power of minus lambda t. Instead of n, we have to apply n naught by 2. And instead of t, we have to apply t off. So it becomes n naught by 2 is equal to n naught into e to the power of minus lambda into t off. So n naught getting cancelled. So the before equation becomes 1 by 2 is equal to e to the power of minus lambda into t off. So 1 by 2 e to the power of minus lambda into t off. Here the exponential value present in the negative name. So we have to take the reciprocal here. While taking the reciprocal, it becomes 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by e to the power of lambda into t off. While taken reciprocal, 2 by 1 is equal to e to the power of lambda into t of by 1. So, in the denominator both sides 1 only present. So, 1 getting cancelled means the before equation becomes like this, e to the power of lambda into t of is equal to 2. Here it is in the exponential format. While the getting formation is in exponential means we have to face some of the difficulties. So, we have to take log on both sides. So, taking logarithmic values on both sides of the equation, the before equation becomes like this. How it becomes? While taking the log on both sides, e to the power of lambda into t of is equal to lambda into t of only, and 2 become as ln 2. What is that? 2 become as ln 2. So, t of is equal to ln 2 divided by t. I think already that lambda is present in the left hand sides only. While shifted to the right hand side, it becomes the denominator. So, we conclude that the concept t of is equal to ln 2 divided by lambda. While taking the ln 2, while using the table of logarithmic values, it becomes 0.6931 by lambda. So, t of is equal to 0.6931 by lambda. This is the formula for calculating the half-life period and radioactive law of decay constant, like that. And additional information about calculating the numerical problems. N by N naught is equal to 1 by 2 whole to the power of n. Here N by N naught is nothing but undecayed atoms. What is that? Undecayed atoms. And the power of n is named as total time by half-life. So, we can call n by n naught is equal to 1 by 2 whole to the power of n. While substituting the value of n in this equation, we are able to calculating the undecayed atoms. From this relation, we can write like this also. What is that? R by R naught is equal to 1 by 2 whole to the power of n. I am already told the R and R naught is the activity about t equal to 0, t equal to maximum. And we have to move to the mean life period. I am already told about the half-life period. So, mean life means total number of atoms you have to keep in mind. So, mean life period means we can call from this relation t of is equal to ln 2 by lambda. While splitting this expression, ln 2 of 1 by lambda. Here 1 by lambda is nothing but tau. Tau is called as mean life period. So, tau is replaced by 1 by lambda. So, instead of 1 by lambda in this expression, we can write tau. So, t of is equal to tau into ln 2. So, I am already know the value for ln 2. What is that? 0.6931. Instead of tau, we can write like this. So, we conclude that what is the meaning for the relation between tau and the lambda? What is that? Tau and lambda are inversely proportional to each other. What is the meaning for inversely proportional? One is increases means another is decreases. So, the mean life period is increases means the disintegration constant or the decay constant is decreases. So, up to this we have discussed the concept of the radioactive law of disintegration and the half-life period as well as the mean life period. So, here what is the meaning for the Curie? So, it is the important one and the major concept about the mentioning the disintegration in concept of the Becquerel or the Curie. So, 1 Curie is here, it is equal to the activity. I am already told activity is nothing but rate of decay. So, the rate of decay per second is nothing but, that means activity, the rate of decay is equal to R. So, the decay constant or the disintegration constant or the concept of the activity is expressed in Curie also. Look here, the value of 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 to the power of 10 decays per second. Decays per second is replaced by BQ. BQ is nothing but Becquerel. So we conclude that 1 becquerel is equal to 1 decays per second. So 1 curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 to the power of 10. So this is the important term present in the concept of disintegration. Next we have to move to the carbon dating. It is called in the case of radioactive disintegration only. So carbon dating means we have to calculate the age of the specimen. So we can calculate our age also like this. We have to calculate the age of the sample, age of the specimen. Here it is the important application about the beta decay. In the before classes we have discussed about the beta decay. Beta is nothing but either emission of the electron or the positron. So it having the either negative charge or the positive charge, whatever it may be, it is the one of the important application about the age of the specimen while calculating. It is used to find the age of the oldest object. The oldest objects is nothing but in the before years we are using the olden things now. We have to calculate the age of that olden things. For example, the carbon dating process we are using the carbon atom only. So the carbon dioxide is shifted like this. It is the ratio of the 6 carbon 14 and the 6 carbon 12. Here the 6 carbon 14 is the radioactive atom and 6 carbon 12 as the actual atom. And while comparing the ratio of these two things, it is acts as a constant because the carbon dioxide are transferred to 6 carbon 12 is to 6 carbon 14 is equal to a constant. While calculating the age of the specimen about the 6 carbon 14 is regards with the half-life period. So we conclude that the concept, the age of the carbon atom, age of the carbon specimen here 5570 years. 5570 years of the 70 years is the age of the carbon atom. So while intaking of the carbon till our death, the C14 is going to be intake. After the death status, the C14 is reduced, C14 is decays. So the object dies means it is able to absorbing the carbon dioxide. So it is the ratio 6 carbon 14 is to 6 carbon 12 decays means by using of the half-life period we are able to calculating the age of the specimen. That's all.